Hey, everybody, welcome to another Joey Song podcast. I am Mike Kamal, and my guest today is Wisconsin's favorite son, Charlie Berens. Charlie has supported Joey Song for many years. You'll find out in the podcast the reason he wasn't here last year is because of me, not because of him. And we'll find out a little bit about how he got into all of this that he's into now. I don't even know how to describe. I guess he does stand-up now, but he does these YouTube video things. He mentions he's got a YouTube special coming out shortly. By the time you see this, it might even be out. I don't know. Charlie's just a good dude. We talk a lot about Packers at the end. We talk about his career. We talk about how he does what he does. I even think if you watch near the end when we're doing this or that, I even inspire what may be a new bit for him. So I will expect those royalty checks to come back to me, Charlie. Anyway, stick around for another Joey Song podcast. Our pal and everybody's favorite slice of life comedian here in Wisconsin. It is Charlie Berens. Stick around for the Joey Song podcast.
A concert featuring members of bands like Cheap Trick, The Bangles, The Goo Goo Dolls, Eve 6, Garbage, Fountains of Wayne, The Go-Go's, Portugal the Man, all on one stage together. Does that sound like something you would want to see? Thought so. This coming January, that group and more will gather in Madison, Wisconsin for the Joey Song Freezing Man concerts. You can catch the show two ways, in person at the Sylvie Theatre or online via the live stream. Go to joeysong.org to secure your access to this must-see event, and every penny from the ticket sales help fund critical research to find treatments and cures for epilepsy. What's not to love? Go to joeysong.org right now. Again, joeysong.org. See you there.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Joey Song podcast. This is Mike Kamal. We are keeping it Wisconsin. We did Butch Vig a couple weeks ago. We did Unknown Wisconsin. You might not even know this, Charlie. Jane Weedland from the Go-Go's was born and raised in Wisconsin as well. So
you know what? I think I did know that. I think
yeah.
I did. But but I wouldn't have. I forget where I remember that from. But...
She's from Oconomowoc, don't you know?
Oh.
So anyway, keeping it Wisconsin with us is everybody's favorite brandy old-fashioned maker and know-it-all dad. Yes, Charlie Berens. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing real good. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing, as everybody who follows this, I do a weekly little thing on here, and everybody knows now I'm frantic and unable to put sentences together.
I know, but you do a great job. I got to tell you. You get people in there, and it's always a fun time. And
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm glad. And last year we didn't have you, and it was 1,000% on my shoulders because you had cleared your calendar for the first weekend in January, and I moved it to the second one. So I wanted to make sure everybody knows that you had every intention of being here. But
yeah, I did my best.
Yes, you did. So we do in this first segment, Charlie. We talk a little bit about. Because this goes out to not just the folks in Wisconsin, but lots of people that are fans of other bands. So they may or may not know your story. So first of all, obviously, I love the hat.
Thank you.
Being a good Packer fan.
Yeah.
We could spend about 20 minutes talking about Tucker Kraft's injury, but we won't do that.
I know. Yeah. We won't put it on that note right now.
No, maybe we'll end with that and play some somber music like something at the Kremlin has died. So you started out as a journalist, right? An Emmy Award-winning journalist, if I have my Wikipedia search correctly.
Yeah, I did. I won an Emmy at one point, but yeah, I was a journalist, man. I started off. I actually first got into journalist when I was in college. Well, high school. I was the editor-in-chief of the high school newspaper. My brother was the editor-in-chief before me. Now, my brother really got me into journalism, Andy. And, I would, I would write too biased of stories about certain things, and he had to teach me what being objective was. I remember that, and
Yeah.
then through maybe some nepotism, I got the editor in chief spot the next year. That was back in high school. I don't know, you know,
That was in Fond du Lac, right?
no, not Fond du Lac. This is in Milwaukee,
Oh,
and
in Milwaukee. Sorry.
yeah, and my dad's from Fond du Lac, though.
I knew there was some Fondy connection. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my grandma's still there. I'm there quite
Yep.
often. I was just there
Yep.
the other night at Schmitty's having some old fashions. They serve Grandpa Bob's old fashioned up there at Schmitty's. Shout out, not a sponsor, but we'll shout them out.
I spent more than my fair share at the Copper Kettle and Brickles in Fond du Lac during my college days because I was dating somebody from Fond du Lac, so I know my way around.
Yep, yep. So yeah, and then in college, I was majoring UW-Madison, go Badgers. Was majoring, started working for MTV News, covering the 2008 election. So that's kind of where the journalism started, and then I then was in the movie business a little bit. Like, and by that I mean I was a PA. I was getting coffee. Wasn't making much money there. Was bike mechanic on the side, just trying to make some money. And I got back into the journalism, kind of a journalism comedy mix a little bit.
Yeah.
A YouTube news show, did some local journalism, then started doing these red carpets, and I was bad at a red carpet journal. I don't know who anyone is. I got, and I wasn't doing the research to figure it. I didn't care. It was clear I didn't care.
They probably didn't need a guy who could identify Fuzzy Thurston from 40 yards away. That probably was not a skill set they were looking for.
No, not quite. But yeah, then I started doing stand up at night, and that's really where the basis of the Manitowoc Minute came from.
And that really was it, like you said, comedy journalism, because that was my first introduction to you was the Manitowoc Minute and the Lookout for Deer and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
One of those just serendipity things that just kind of evolved, or did you sit down and go, I think there's something here?
Yeah, it just happened. I wasn't good at stand-up at first, of course, but I realized that my Wisconsin accent stuff ended up playing good, whether I intended it to or not. So
yep.
Then I made the first Manitowoc Minute, named it after a guy who was in the audience from Manitowoc. This was in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store, and that's sort of where I would go there and do bringer shows. I mean, I wasn't good enough for the main stage or anything.
Yeah.
I'd be upstairs in the belly room and just trying to bring as many people to the show as I could, and or I would be like the DJ. I'd work the iPod. Back in the iPod days, that was to people up with the music. So I got 5 minutes, 10 minutes after that. So that's where I started. And then once Manitowoc Mint took off, the online stuff, it got me some.
We lost you there for a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just saying,
yep.
Once the Manitowoc Mint started, that's when people actually gave me offers to headline a show, which I had no business doing at that point because I only had 12 minutes of stand-up material. But I figured it out. I started off with a kind of a not a traditional stand-up show, more like a variety show. Incorporated some music, incorporated some keynote, like a live Manitowoc Minute. And just sort of built out my comedy traditional stand-up abilities from there. So that's kind of the story.
Yeah, and there isn't a person within our state borders that doesn't know and relate to what you're doing. I tell everybody, you're part of our family, and it's kind of, and I don't know whether this is a compliment or not. It's meant to be. So, it's the Wisconsin version of Seinfeld, right? It's we all say that, yes, that's it. That's my dad or that's my neighbor. You have distilled it into this thing.
Well, and that's it. And so much of my comedy is the observational. And what observational is just taking what's already there.
Yep.
And that's what I've done in a lot of ways. Of course, I put my own shake on it or whatever. But I mean, I owe what I have to the state of Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin is, I'm reflecting Wisconsin onto,
yes.
everyone who wants to learn about it. And so I owe it to Wisconsin, and I just try to do the best job I can reflecting what is Wisconsin.
So how does it? I know, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, you and I were both in Cleveland over the same weekend. I was doing something. How does your stuff do outside? I would assume it kills in the Midwest because even though it's Ohio, it's still the Midwest. It might not be quite Wisconsin nice, but obviously the material plays outside of our lovely state borders.
Yeah, it does. I mean, first of all, it's either you're from the Midwest or you know someone from the
Yeah.
Midwest, so that helps. But on top of that, Midwest people, when they leave the Midwest, they do this weird thing where they find each other again. That's why you'll see all these Packer bars in San Diego
Yeah.
or LA or something. And
Yeah.
so I'm almost like a pop-up Packers bar, if you think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really it. People are coming for the Midwest vibes. I don't even know how much they're coming to see me, but I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll take it.
Hey, absolutely. That makes complete sense. Now, you don't really do Manitowoc Minute much anymore, do you? That's kind of a earlier phase, or do you throw it in every once in a while?
Like special report type stuff on it where you just take one story and sort of extrapolate it. But I haven't done a full on episode in about a year. So I do one of those every now and again, and now mostly it's a lot of sketch stuff and stand up stuff.
Yeah. Now, I would be remiss if we were on the Joey Song podcast and we didn't talk about your music career with Adam. Talk a little bit about you and Mr. Gruhl.
Yeah, Adam Gruhl, great guy. Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, incredible Wisconsin band. And Adam and I, we connected. We first met over at Pachyderm up in the Twin Cities after I had a show at the Mall of America. Adam was there recording an album with Horseshoes. And we connected there and we messed around the studio a little bit. And then as time went on, we recorded a song together and then recorded an album and then another album. So Adam's really the musician there. I can play guitar, I can hack it, I can play harmonica, a little mandolin, some piano, poorly. But, Adam's really the good musician. And he taught me a lot about music, which I owe him a debt of gratitude for hanging with me with my bad musical habits.
Well, now at your second time at Joey Song, you guys did a couple songs too. Do you ever get out together and play, or is it really right now just more of a studio thing and special occasions?
I would like to do more music shows. It's just the stand up takes a lot, and I'm already doing a lot, and so music isn't something you can necessarily just hack at. And we've done some. We just did over the summer. We did a show at the Showboat Saloon in the Dells, so that was fun. But
did you do it as Berens and Gruhl, or did you come up with another name, or what was it?
Yeah, Berens and Gruhl on the latest album. We had the Space Burritos as the band playing everything. So we played me, Adam, and the Space Burritos. And so it really was Berens and Gruhl from the album. But musically, I mean, huge debt of gratitude to the Space Burritos. They're a phenomenal group.
Yeah, it's amazing when you have real professionals behind you when you're not. And that's how I feel about what I do at Joey's Song. It's like, thank God I've got a whole cast of people like you and the musicians that I can say, doors are at 7. Please do something that makes people happy. And everybody kills it, as you know. So
yeah, they kill it, man. It's fun.
So let's talk a little bit about the future. Right now, just looking at doing more stand-up touring and that kind of stuff. Is that where things are for you?
Yeah, and I got a stand-up special coming out on the 1st, which I'm excited about. That's going to be a YouTube, exclusive YouTube thing. We work, obviously, YouTube has been a big part of what's built me over the years. So, instead of going the route of the streamers or whatever, we just did YouTube. And it's kind of the way it's going a lot with comedy. Now, I mean, I guess I would consider putting it on a streamer I would definitely consider that and going through it. But also, it's a lot of being on their schedule and that sort of stuff. And, I kind of want to get this out too, so
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
And this way you have like total control too, which helps,
that's
I
what I
would
like
think.
the most,
Yeah.
uh, that's really it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Charlie and we're going to do, not that I don't enjoy this stuff, but my this or that segment where we ask about different segments and different things that Charlie prefers and our guests prefer. And that's usually where the nuggets come in. It's everybody can talk about their career. They've all done that. But when you confront somebody with a New York pizza or Chicago pizza question,
Oh,
that's when you find out who they really are. So we'll be right back with Charlie Berens. Stick around. It's the Joey Song Podcast.
Farming has no set hours or weekends off. At Rank Seed, we get it. Our family's been farming since 1846. Trust that our seed will work as hard as you do. Rank Seed.
In 2019, Rank Seed joined the Joey Son family. We're a proud sponsor of the Freezing Man concert, raising critical funds for epilepsy research. Rank Seed and Joey Son both work as hard as you, and like you, we get results.
You know, Lois, there's a lot of crap out there. I mean, we listen to a lot of crap, but I like this. This doesn't suck. This is one of my favorites. This is the Joey Song Podcast, and this is a section they call This or That.
We're going to find out a little bit more about Charlie. So, first one that I ask everybody is Beatles or Stones?
oh man, I I would say the Stones, and that's not a. I would say the Stones have been maybe more influential on the hack musician that I am,
Yeah.
just because I like their blues influence and the harmonica and all that sort of stuff. But I love the Beatles too.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with either. But I would say for
Have,
me, only the Stones.
have you ever seen the Stones?
No.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, we got to
Yeah,
fix that.
that would be great. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, because no, I haven't at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that even at 107 or however old they are, it's an amazing show. It's yeah, it's
I would
really
love
great.
to do that, man. I don't go out and see enough
Yeah.
shows. I got to
Yeah.
do more of that.
Yeah. Well, you're working weekends most of the time, and that
Yeah.
tends to be I get it. My son, daughter, and her boyfriend are going to go see Paul McCartney down in Chicago in a couple
Ooh.
weeks.
See
So
when you make time for it,
yes.
you got to plan well in advance for someone like the Stones or Paul McCartney or whatever.
Well, that's just it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't just go, oh, you know what? I think down the so and so's down at the truck stop. It's not
Yeah.
that way. Yeah.
No. Although my
Yeah.
buddy said he was in Vegas and he was looking to go see someone at the Sphere, and a half hour after the show started, I think it was the Eagles or something, he bought it
Yeah.
$85
Yeah.
or
It's-
$60, which is
Yeah. And that's it. If what you care about is more like if you're a total nerd for whatever the band is, you want, at least I am, you want to hear every note. But yeah,
Right.
if you've never seen a show at the Sphere, because my son Sam, who is a huge Dead and Company guy, and we've gone to see the Dead with John Mayer. I don't do drugs anymore, but it's like doing drugs. It's the best. It really is. It's
That's
really,
cool.
really freaking awesome. All right. Seinfeld or Friends?
I would probably say Seinfeld. I would probably say
Yeah.
Seinfeld. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really into Friends that much, but Seinfeld early on. I mean, there's
Right.
a lot of classics in there. I mean,
How often do you find yourself quoting Seinfeld lines? Yeah, like not that there's anything wrong with that or yada yada or any. At least we do in our house all the time.
That's not the one that I would quote the most. I would quote it more than Friends, but things like "top of the muffin" to you and whatever. I mean, there's.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies was a big Seinfeld guy, and we were in New York, and we went and ate at that diner up there.
Oh, at Tom's. Yeah.
Yeah, in Harlem. I think it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's somewhere on Midtown, I think. But yeah, the other one, I don't remember who it was because I've been doing a bunch of these. They do this with everybody. Threw in Frasier in that and said you should put Frasier in there instead of Friends. Or Cheers. It kind
Yeah.
of ruins this or that if you make four
Right.
choices. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. But those are all great. All right, this has always been an interesting one for me because everybody that I'm interviewing are performers, and I'm surprised sometimes at the answer. Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I mean, I would say in a lot of ways an introvert.
Yeah.
But it just depends how much alcohol I've had.
Well, yeah, this is pre last call.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it depends. I can get in one mood or another, but I
Yeah.
would say I'm a little down the middle. But my knee jerk reaction is introvert. I'm from a family of 12.
Yes,
So,
you are.
you kind of mold yourself with the family just to get places in a quick way,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even. I'm an only child, so for you guys, dinner was the battle for survival. For me, it was like being alone on the Serengeti with a fresh kill. I take as much time as I want, right? Man, and what's the age range?
Youngest is 21 and my brother's 39. So that's
Holy
yeah.
And your mom can still walk, can she?
Yeah, she's doing good, man.
Wow, that's a lot in a. Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
that's so Wisconsin. That is so
Very
Wisconsin.
It's very Wisconsin. Yeah, it's
Wow.
funny. They everyone always has that, like, are you Catholic? Are you Mormon? Are you homeschooled? Do you live on a farm? That kind of thing.
Right. Said no, I just had frisky parents.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
All right. If you could have a superpower, your choices would be either to be invisible or to read minds. Which would you choose?
Oh, I'd be invisible. I don't want to read minds, man.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, you and me.
I don't want it because if I read a mind, I'd be like, my mind can be read somehow, and I don't want people to read my mind,
And honestly, I'm too. I have such low self-esteem. I don't want to know what people are thinking. I just I mean, when you have hair like this, the last thing you want to know is what people are thinking. So
yeah, how can you have low self-esteem with hair like that, huh?
Well, you could argue that it helps me hide. I mean, there's probably a doctoral thesis from here on up alone in me. Yeah, or maybe it's to distract from all my other flaws. If everybody's looking at the hair, they're not going to worry about me, with spinach between my teeth or whatever I have on a regular.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit there.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm like you. Give me enough alcohol, and then I can find myself the credit or not. All right, I got a couple more for you. If time travel was a thing, would you rather go into the past or into the future?
Oh man, I got my some in my eye there.
Yeah.
Would I go in the past or the future?
Yeah.
I think I'd go into the past. I kind of like the future is, I mean, I think I got a good idea of what's going to happen in the future. I'm trying to cling on to the present as much as possible. I feel like
you and me.
the future right now, and I don't like it. To be honest.
Yeah, right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So, if you went into the past, what and where would you go?
Oof. I think I'd go. How long am I staying there?
No, it's you've added a wrinkle to it.
Uh-huh.
My assumption was, a day. Most people want to go back and see something in particular, or a relative, or it's like I want to be when Robert Johnson went to the crossroads with the devil, or I want to be when Bart snuck across the line in the ice bowl, or something like that.
Yeah,
So just
I'd go back to the 50s and party with my grandpa Bob. I think, smoke some of his cigarettes. Smoke one of the 4 packs of cigarettes he was smoking every day.
Filterless, I assume.
Filterless. I mean, because it's only a day, so I won't kill myself doing it.
Yeah.
Smoking not a great.
At least it won't be the cigarettes that kill you from partying with Uncle Bob.
Might be the party. Might be the party. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting. Most everybody else has come up with some sort of significant event. I want to be at the Beatles at Shea Stadium, or that kind of stuff. But I kind of like yours better because that's So let me ask you this. Would Uncle Bob know who you are, or are you just some kid that wandered in?
Well, it'd be my grandpa Bob. And
Grandpa Bob, sorry.
no,
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. No, I think I'd just be one of his buddies.
Yeah, I think so too. Then you'd really get to see who he
And
was.
I want to
Yeah.
really see who he was, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great. All right, last one. Make your bed every morning, or do you leave it a mess?
No, I leave it a mess, and I know someone out there is going to judge me for it. But I mean, like, I feel like it's like cupboards. Why close them?
You and me both.
Shoes. I'm not tying those after I take them off, you know? So
Why put the glass away? You're just going to drink out of it again.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little disorganized, but sometimes I get into hyper organized times too. So
Yeah.
I'm a weird one like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. This was a great one. I got about 10 more questions, but when you've struck gold, you don't keep digging. We're going to take one more break, and we'll be back with Charlie Berens, and we will close up shop here on the Joey Song Podcast. So stick around, folks. All right, folks, we are back with Charlie Berens, keeping the Wisconsin theme going. Do you want to try to talk Tucker Kraft real quick, or do you just want to let that go?
Packers? Is that what?
Yeah, I did. So I did Butch a couple weeks ago, and we made it through. We were talking about recording Nirvana and all these amazing things that he's done. And then when we did the close, I said, well, Butch, this is the first time in history you and I have been together for 5 minutes or more and not mention the Packers. And he just went off on a whole George Carlin 20-minute bit on it. So we got to kind of do it. Yes, we got to talk Packers.
Well, the Packers, here's the good news. Bad news is we've lost to the Browns. Bad news is we have lost to the Panthers. The good news, we haven't lost to a good team yet. So I have some hope for us. And if you're going to lose, you want to lose early in the season. You want to you want to get humbled early in the season. And I knew when we came out hot, when we beat the Lions, when we crushed them, I was like, oh, I was all saying Super Bowl.
Oh, and absolutely.
I still am, by the way.
Yeah,
but
I am too.
I knew in the back of my head, I was like, this is not going to go well. This is, we're going to get too hot on them. So, but it's, you can have little slumps in the NFL. You can. And, and when the Packers, last time they won the Super Bowl, we lost to the Lions, who were awful. Okay.
And we were a wild card that year too.
We were a wild card that year. So, I'm feeling good. Not great though.
Yeah. How did you feel? And I'll take the pressure off you. I thought it was great. How did you feel about Micah Parsons calling out the offense after that Panthers game? I don't know if you saw that or not. But
yeah, I mean, look, I think that to have that much passion and that much care, there's I don't know, there's right ways to do this stuff and wrong ways, and I'm not the guy to tell you but I love seeing the passion for it.
Absolutely.
And I love it. It's almost, I don't think it's like Reggie White there yet, but I could see that growing into that. And Reggie White had like leadership on the team that was was really cool. That of course didn't happen overnight, but I hope that I don't want to see like being an Aaron Rodgers thing where it goes down that road, because that. But I do like the accountability type thing.
Yeah, you can easily see a team with Josh Jacobs and Micah Parsons and Jordan Love as kind of a core.
Mm-hmm.
Young, all seem to have their head on straight from everything I've heard and read. And they've got to, it's got to kind of be like a game of rummy, though. They're going to have to discard a couple of these receivers, although if people keep going down, because that's the thing. My favorite receiver is Reed, and he's been out since the first game. I think he's amazing, and when we get him back, so
Yeah, and that is the thing. We do have a lot of really talented receivers, but it's I'd imagine it's also hard to find a rhythm when you have so many, good ones.
yeah,
I don't know beyond my 8th grade football playing
yep,
days
yeah,
what
yep,
anything I'm talking about, but
yeah,
this is my
yeah.
this is my Friday afternoon quarterbacking for you.
Well, and I think people around the country are tuning in just to hear you and I talk Packer football in the Joey Song podcast.
Yeah.
But, if you do think about it, Favre had, I guess, Chamora maybe the most, but, Devontae and Rodgers or Driver, there was always a go-to, but I think that's what Kraft was kind of turning it. So anyway, I just hope he takes all the time off he needs, come back next year strong, because I like what he brought.
Yeah. I mean, injuries in the game, that you can have the best team, but that's why you can't count it, because it's such a physical game and people get hurt so quick, man. Hurt hard.
Yeah.
Hurt hard. That was a burp as I was saying hard. So sorry to all your.
Well, no, that's okay. You maybe just memed yourself. You never know. That could become a thing. All right. We could do this all day, but nobody except you and I want to hear it past our initial high level talk. So Charlie Berens, thank you for joining us both on the podcast and for supporting Joey's Song year in and year out. Let's just talk for 2 seconds about, and I'm going to toot your horn even if you won't. And that's not an analogy for something else. There's nothing dirty in that. I just meant, I'm sure you get asked 10,000 times till Sunday. People want you to come and do their grandma's quilting bee and, the Pinewood Derby in Wapaka and all these other things. You said yes to us. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you said yes to us basically after your agent said no. I don't think I ever told you that story.
Oh,
but
no.
he basically, I'll tell you that off mic. My point is, why?
Oh, come on. With Joey's Song, I mean, first of all, let's look at the selfish reasons. Let's do that. I mean, you put together an amazing show with incredible artists, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. We have fun. The audience has fun. You can see it. You can feel it. It's something I look forward to every year. And then on top of that, it's an amazing story. And Mike, you've done incredible work and keeping Joey's memory alive and also really finding a way to turn a very tough situation that I can't imagine into one of the most positive, beautiful things.
Thank you.
And it's just great, dude. It's great to be a part of. I'm honored to be part of it. So thank you.
Thank you. You've been I still look at the pictures of you and Brian Butch high-fiving at that one time when we were spinning the wheel. So you get to hang out with Butchie. What gets better than that? Man?
I know, dude. I know. And
the polar bear.
The testament to you as well in this thing is that people keep coming back. They do. You screw up the weekend on them, they keep coming back.
Yeah, and I'm sure I've screwed it. It does talk about the power of the event, because I can screw it up 10 ways till Sunday, and they still keep coming back. So, Charlie, thank you to everybody that's listening. Charlie will be part of the show. We're still working out exactly what it's going to be, but it's, there's some scatting and bebopping going on, and we'll make it happen. Thanks, Charlie. Talk to you soon, man.
Thank you. We'll talk to you.
Joey's Song is a multi-day music festival that brings rock stars. No, really, rock stars from bands like Cheap Trick, the Bangles, the Goo Goo Dolls, Soul Asylum, the Go-Go's, Portugal the Man. Well, you get the point. Joey's Song brings all these amazing artists to Madison, Wisconsin in January for a music festival that we call Freezing Man. But here's the deal. This isn't a standard concert with bands playing their 45-minute sets. For Freezing Man, all of these great artists form supergroups throughout the night, playing their hits, doing some covers, and rock and roll classics. The groups are one of a kind, and the performances are never to be forgotten. All of this helps to raise money to fund treatments and cures for epilepsy. A series of amazing shows that you do not want to miss, but also know you are helping in the fight to secure futures and save lives. Follow us on all the social media platforms. Our handle is @JoeySong on all of them, or visit joeysong.org for all the latest information.